The Kansas City Chiefs, long admired for their consistency and resilience, have been thrust into an unexpected storm. A revelation has emerged that not only disrupted the usual optimism surrounding the franchise, but also left fans in visible frustration. For years, the Chiefs have symbolized stability, a team capable of overcoming challenges while keeping their community united. This latest development, however, feels different. It is not about a single game or one performance. Instead, it speaks to deeper concerns that echo through the fan base and across the NFL landscape. What has exploded now is not just news, but a breach of expectation, shaking the trust that supporters have held firmly. Fans are voicing their revolt, their disappointment amplified across every platform available. The shock is real because no one believed such a moment would arrive for a team defined by dominance. This is more than a headline. It is the beginning of a pivotal chapter in the Chiefs' ongoing story, one that demands closer attention and understanding. To understand the scale of the backlash, one must look at the roots of fan discontent. The Chiefs' rise to prominence brought with it unparalleled expectations. With Patrick Mahomes at the helm and Travis Kelce as a consistent force, Kansas City built a reputation as nearly untouchable. Each season, fans expected excellence as the standard rather than the exception. However, with success comes heightened scrutiny. Small cracks, once overlooked, now feel magnified. Missteps in strategy, questionable decisions, or even perceived lapses in accountability fuel dissatisfaction. Supporters feel deeply invested, and when reality clashes with expectation, frustration grows. The current outrage reflects more than a single issue. It reflects a buildup of emotions tied to the team's journey. Every fan measures loyalty against results, and when results seem threatened, trust begins to erode. The Chiefs' image as an invincible franchise has been challenged, and that challenge has sparked revolt. What fans feel now is not only disappointment, but also the sting of broken belief in a team they revered. Inside the Chiefs' locker room, the ripple of this revelation cannot be ignored. Players, though accustomed to external scrutiny, are not immune to the pressure of fan discontent. The released information forces every individual to reassess their role and contribution. Veterans may view it as a moment to reaffirm leadership, stepping forward to protect team unity. Younger players, however, may find themselves unsettled, caught between expectations and the weight of controversy. The locker room atmosphere, often a sanctuary, now becomes a place of reflection and, perhaps, tension. Leaders such as Mahomes and Kelce understand that their voices carry influence, not only in shaping morale but in guiding response. Internal trust becomes paramount as the team navigates an environment filled with noise and speculation. The revelation has shaken not just fans but also the delicate balance of confidence within the squad. The Chiefs must now decide whether this disruption becomes a dividing line or a catalyst for renewed resilience, tested under the brightest spotlight. Few forces in professional sports carry as much influence as a passionate fan base. Chiefs supporters have long been celebrated for their unwavering energy, filling Arrowhead Stadium with an unmatched roar. Yet in this moment, the same passion has transformed into revolt. The voices once united in celebration now express frustration, disbelief, and even anger. Social platforms amplify their outrage, turning scattered reactions into a collective uproar. For many fans, the Chiefs represent more than a team. They are part of identity, tradition, and pride. To fee, all betrayed, misled, or disappointed cuts deeply, and the current backlash reflects that wound. It is not merely a response to performance, it is a reaction to perceived cracks in integrity and leadership. When expectations soar as high as Kansas City's, the fall, no matter how slight, feels seismic. This revolt, while rooted in disappointment, also reveals the intensity of love fans hold for the team. Their criticism stems from care, but its force cannot be underestimated. The eruption of fan revolt has inevitably fueled a media firestorm. Headlines emphasize controversy, debates intensify on talk shows, and analysts dissect every detail of the revelation. The Chiefs, once seen as a steady dynasty, are now portrayed as a franchise facing turbulence. Reporters speculate on causes, consequences, and long-term impact, turning one moment into a multi-layered narrative. The media thrives on conflict, and the current situation provides endless angles. Some frame it as a moment of truth, others as a crisis requiring urgent response. For Kansas City, this magnification raises stakes even higher. Every word spoken by players or coaches is analyzed, every gesture interpreted. The media not only reflects fan sentiment, but amplifies it, spreading unrest across wider audiences. What was once an internal storm now becomes a public spectacle, shaping perceptions far beyond Kansas City. The firestorm demonstrates how quickly narratives shift in the NFL, where dominance today can be questioned tomorrow by the weight of exposure. While the Chiefs navigate turmoil, rivals observe with keen interest. In a league built on parity, any hint of instability in a dominant franchise is viewed as opportunity. Coaches across the NFL analyze the situation, assessing whether fan revolt and media frenzy might create distraction on the field. Opposing players, often overshadowed by Kansas City's success, now see psychological leverage. Confidence grows when a powerhouse shows vulnerability. Rivals not only respect the Chiefs' talent, but also recognize the strain such revelations impose on morale. If Kansas City falters under scrutiny, even briefly, competitors are prepared to exploit the opening. Yet history reminds them that the Chiefs often thrive when doubted, using criticism as fuel for performance. Still, perception matters. Rivals will amplify the narrative of instability, both in preparation and in public, hoping to intensify pressure. The Chiefs' response, therefore, carries significance not only internally, but across the league, shaping how opponents strategize and prepare against a shaken powerhouse. Beyond emotional reactions and competitive shifts lie the economic realities tied to the Chiefs' brand. Professional football is both sport and business, and a storm of fan revolt carries financial consequences. Merchandise sales, sponsorship confidence, and even game day revenue can feel the ripple of controversy. Kansas City has built a global reputation, with stars like Mahomes and Kelsey serving as faces of the franchise. Any narrative of instability threatens that carefully cultivated image. Corporate partners rely on consistency, and public doubt challenges those partnerships. The NFL itself, as a collective enterprise, recognizes the Chiefs as a flagship team in its modern era. Therefore, economic interests stretch beyond Kansas City, impacting league marketing and visibility. Every decision moving forward must account for both competitive integrity and brand preservation. The current backlash may prove temporary, but its financial implications remind all that success in the NFL is measured not only by trophies, but by the strength of reputation in times of turbulence. Behind the headlines, financial stakes, and competitive narratives lies the human reality of this moment. NFL players and coaches are individuals carrying immense pressure, often hidden behind public confidence. The revelation that has sparked revolt exposes more than organizational strain. It highlights the human side of sport. Stars like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce embody excellence, yet they also bear the weight of expectation. For every moment of triumph, there are sacrifices, doubts, and private struggles. The honesty revealed through recent events reminds us that even icons face moments of vulnerability. Fans may feel revolted, but in truth, the story reflects the human dimension of ambition. Pressure does not discriminate between veteran leaders and rising talents. It shapes every decision, every performance. The Chiefs' latest storm is not merely a football issue, but a window into the cost of sustained greatness. To understand this moment fully is to recognize the humanity within the helmets, the reality behind the relentless pursuit of perfection. With revolt at its peak, the question turns to how the Chiefs can respond. Redemption in professional sports is rarely immediate, but it is always possible. The franchise has weathered challenges before, each time emerging stronger. To do so now requires honesty, accountability, and resilience. Leaders must set the tone, addressing both internal concerns and public perception with clarity. Fans, though outraged, remain deeply loyal, and trust can be rebuilt through transparency and performance. Redemption does not mean ignoring criticism. It means transforming it into motivation. On the field, victories remain the most powerful antidote to unrest. Off the field, authentic communication can bridge divides. The path forward will not erase the revolt, but can redefine it as a turning point. The Chiefs' history is filled with moments of doubt, followed by triumph. This storm, disruptive as it feels, offers the same potential. Redemption lies not in denial, but in embracing truth, rebuilding trust, and proving strength in the aftermath. In the end, this revolt will not be remembered simply as a controversy. It will stand as a test of the Chiefs' resilience, leadership, and identity. Every dynasty encounters turbulence, and what defines them is not perfection, but response. For Kansas City, this moment is an opportunity to shape legacy through adversity. The revelation shocked fans, divided opinions, and drew rivals' attention. Yet within turmoil lies the chance to prove that greatness is not fragile, but enduring. If the Chiefs can turn backlash into unity, revolt into resolve, they will strengthen their place in history. Fans may feel shaken, but their passion is proof of the bond that exists. The franchise must honor that connection, transforming revolt into renewed belief. In professional sports, defining legacies are forged not only in victory parades, but in storms weathered. For Kansas City, this is one such storm. How they respond now will echo for years, shaping not just a season, but an era,